I'm opposed to selling the passports and the citizenship in principle. I'm opposed on the grounds of practicality. I'm opposed on the grounds that it is not sustainable and that it is reckless to run your country's finances on selling passports and citizenship. No. I have warned this country about the dangers of selling our passports and selling our citizenship. I don't want to go through all the arguments now because you know them if you're listening to me. I said I'm opposed to selling the passports and the citizenship in principle. I'm opposed on the grounds of practicality. I'm opposed on the grounds that it is not sustainable and that it is reckless to run your country's finances on selling passport and citizenship. No. You see the Americans under President Trump saying that has to come to an end. Yeah, Canada is the same thing. Britain, they start to say they're taking away, you have to apply for visa now from certain of those countries. And the Europeans now have put it inside of their parliament. Parliamentary committee in the European Union, Parliament has already addressed that question. It's going through the parliamentary process. It's just a matter of time. I saw it coming. It took a little longer because they give them some time to clean up. But I know that the money is so sweet for everybody. They weren't going to do any cleanup. Because if you really, really clean up, there's not a lot of money. The same people, the same passports, the companies which involved in selling passports and citizenship in some of the other territories, and there are some new ones too, who have been supporting, financing the NDP and the election campaign since 1998, but more particularly since 2001. They are hyperactive now. They're working, the traditional ones out of Europe are working now with some from China. They even, in one case, there's an entity out of India which is connected with some cricket thing. They're all now putting money to the NDP coffers. And they're working in tandem. Those Chinese companies which want St. Vincent to move from Taiwan to China, to mainland China, diplomatic relations. Right now, they're operating in the embassy of a country not too far from us, in this Caribbean. It is from there that the center of the NDP election campaign is being financed and run. They're organizing the printing of T-shirts in various constituencies. They're paying men, they're paying people who comment in on radio. They pay in the radio station them too. Like clockwork every month. The man who they paying to talk, the money inside of their bank account. The company, the radio station who broadcasted it, their money in their account like clockwork at the end of every month. Online publications, I know those who get in pay. I know. One of them will say, Prime Minister makes the allegation again. But I didn't give any facts. I didn't give any detail. All of them know that I have the details. I'm telling the country what is happening. These people are so desperate now. In order to have the relation break from Taiwan to China and to sell the passports and the citizenship. And I'll come to tell you why they're so desperate. If a man have a drone, they want to know how they could get to pay him to do all kind of things. You hear what I'm telling you? Checking out in number. Employing him. In fact, these fellas are a danger to the democracy in this country. There are so many corrupt practices involved in what I'm talking about. And they want to subvert our democracy. They want to buy it. Listen to me. I'm 78 years of age, you know. I have lived far more years than I have remaining left to live. And I don't have any fear about anything. Nothing at all. Nothing. But I love this country, I love this Caribbean. I've dedicated my life. I'm an activist for nearly 57 years now. What you see with me is what you get. You know that. But I'm warning the country. Beware of all of these people. Now, the companies who want to sell our passports, who lining up and sell our citizenship, and some local lawyers and accountants and wannabe agents. Ooh. They are among some of the most vicious critics of Ralph. You know why? I stand between them and a pot of gold. This government has made our passport desired. We have made it a very desirable passport. They want to get their hands on it. You may say, well, if this thing is coming to an end, why is it they're still supporting the fellas? Well, I tell you, it's conjoined with the passport and the switching from Taiwan to China. But I tell you this, they figure out that they would have asked the NDP, why should we throw good money behind the bad one we spend on you all the time and you can't win government. But you know what is driving them? Two forces, in addition to the changing from Taiwan to China. First, they think that they might have about 2-3 years remaining on this thing. And if you elect them later this year, if you elect the NDP later this year, these companies will figure out that they might have 2 to 3 years. They're mistaken, but they figure out that they might have 2 to 3 years. And what they will do, they will sell as many as they can, as fast as they can. Which means more vagabonds will come in. More corrupt people will come in. More money launderers will come in. More people affecting our security will come in. Because they will not be able to do the checks properly, because they want to sell as many as they can, as fast as they can. And already, even those countries who's trying to do the checks, they have a problem with those checks, with checking out. What about those who hope to get in positions in government? I ain't talking necessarily politicians here, but you can decide that. I'm talking about some bureaucrats, and I'm talking about some of the lawyers and some of the accountants and wannabe agents. They now will want to thief as much as they can, as fast as they can. So speed is of the essence for both of them. And what is their oxygen? Money on your backs. By taking your passport, selling it, and you wouldn't be able to get into Europe, you wouldn't be able to get into Britain, you wouldn't be able to get into America. You hear what I'm telling you? I want you to listen to me very, very carefully. You notice where they've gone with it now? They've gone AI. You see it? A woman holding an interview with me, a fake woman, and they put my head, a thing on a different body, and they're trying to get some words sounding like mine, but there's a twang there which they can't, the AI ain't yet good enough to take the canary, not central twang. But they go get better at it, you know. Day by day sweet Jesus. At the moment they're in the infancy. Because even when it can't get my canary twang, mix up with Park Hill, Southwell, Byra, Chester Cottage, Georgetown, my country boy thing, mix up with local dialect from all about in the region. They can't get it yet right. But they're still fooling some people. And some of the commentators whom they pay in say, no, it's not AI. That is Ralph. Imagine, if you pay them money, you say anything, you know. I'm telling you what is happening, you know. And they're doing the same with Camilo. And they're doing it with Carlos. Why they're doing it with Carlos? Because there is a close seat from the last election down there. Why they want do Carlos that? They go, I mean Camilo, they're going to come to Sabota too, you know. But they want to see, because Camilo is a high quality person, the son of Ralph, want to decapitate the whole thing. But I'll tell you, I know these people. And I want to tell you something. They will, if they see that money ain't working, AI ain't working, bamboozling people ain't working, they will turn to violence. I'll tell you a story. What they do, historically, the people of the want to sell our passports and so on, they hire a company, pay the company to run the campaign. That SCL, you had Cambridge Analytica. Well, they gone the way of all flesh. But they have the operator still doing under different names. A man in SCL, Cambridge Analytica, their leaders and the passport man them, they said that wherever they have gone anywhere in the world, they have beaten everybody, every political party and every political leader, once they conjoined, except one place. They haven't done it with Ralph and the Unity Labour Party in St. Vincent and Grenadines. Check it out. And there's a whistleblower from among them. Who organized to meet me. And I met the whistleblower. Among them now they're saying the money is important, but they also a vanity issue. They never beat Ralph. And this is the last train to San Fernando. You know what they used to do? By the office, they had a big poster of me. And anytime the man come to the office in the morning, they had some darts. They pick up the dart and throw the dart at the poster at my eye, my mouth, my nose. So when I tell you, I know about these fellas. I know who they are, what they're trying to do. And if AI doesn't succeed, propaganda doesn't succeed, money doesn't succeed, they will turn to violence. I'm advising you, the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, not to take any of those kind of chances. Well, you know me, I'll be prepared. Yeah? I know, but we have to be in concert with one another. We have to be together. We have to be in communion with one another. You have to give the NDP a licking this year, like the likes of which they've never had. Even 2001, they have to be punished for encouraging this nonsense. You know what their minders tell them? The minders tell them, don't talk about China. Don't talk about that. Don't talk about China, Taiwan. But they have already decided that if, in the unlikely event they were to win election, the day after they are sworn in, they're kicking out Taiwan and bringing in China. And they're going to start to bring in their legislation to sell the passports and the citizenship. You hear me. You better listen to me, what I'm talking about. Because I don't want you to say, Ralph didn't know and he didn't tell us. I'm telling you, and I'm telling you early, and you'll hear me with it repeatedly. And they will seek to cause confusion in this country. You know, the metaphor you should look at. Arsonist burn down your house and blame the fire brigade. You hear me? St. Vincent and the Grenadines is a peaceful place. We have had excellent governance over the last 24 years. We have made immense strides. We have transformed for the better the economy and the lives and living of our people and production. Transformed it. Nobody can doubt that. And recognized all over the world. And our prestige is very high.
Hi everyone. Thanks for checking out the Bub Report's social media pages. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch our weekly live show, follow our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can catch repeat episodes on Wednesdays at 4 and 5 p.m. respectively on CRFM Radio and GBN TV in Grenada. We are also viewed on Sundays at 8 p.m. on WPG 10 throughout the Caribbean. Thanks for watching.